Hello world, I'm Carp, and welcome to Book of Hours with the House of Light DLC. So, first of all, I gotta thank Lottie Bevan and Alex Kennedy from Weather Factory, because a couple of days ago in my inbox there was the pre-release key for the DLC, which is coming out next Thursday, so like about a week from now. 8 days from now that I'm recording this. Actually, not sure if I'm putting this up today or tomorrow, but yeah, it's like the 26th or something. Yeah, the 26th day this will actually be released. Now, I haven't really been paying any attention to what's in this DLC, so luckily they have this little info thing here, so let's read through this. So, in the House of Light, it's a big expansion woven deep in the game. Here's a spoiler-light guide how to find out the new bits. Food. Combining ingredients in 3 kitchen workstations create dozens of new dishes. You'll need kitchenware items to find all the recipes. Tip: the spice scales and the spice and savor skill will substitute for each other. A writing case. Watch for a gift at the end of the first spring after you responded to St. Rowan's Trust. Once you receive this gift, you can record addresses from the calling cards left by satisfied visitors and write to these visitors and invite back to the house. Tip: visitors don't arrive instantly, visitors don't leave calling cards until we help them, and some visitors are easier to summon than others. Salons. Place food and drink in one of the 6 salon rooms and then use the bell to begin a salon. Do it right and you'll be rewarded with sparkling conversation and lessons. Tip: visitors usually prefer food and drink which matches their primary interest, but some have additional requirements. Manuscripts. Use paper, ink, and skill to write a manuscript based on that skill. These manuscripts may be necessary to satisfy thirst for specific knowledge in further stories. Lessons from salons will help you improve the skills and write more useful manuscripts. Tip: you can reliably control what visitors will discuss. It's a party, not an interrogation, but they'll usually provide lessons related to your shared interests. Further stories. Once you've completed an incident, followed up in the Tree of Wisdoms, visitors will need more specific help here, perhaps a book on a specific topic or a specific book. Tip: an affair opens to further stories once all interested visitors have had the opportunity to ask for help with it. Be aware in some further stories can make a difference who you originally helped. Be careful, this is one part of the game where choice can sometimes have permanent consequences. The Institute. Look for the lighthouse out at sea. When visitors are ready, used to establish a true heirs to Curia of the Isle. Tip: further stories outcomes can inspire visitors to support the Institute for their own reasons. Their nature is constant, but some story outcomes can make them decide to emphasize one agenda over another. Okay, so that's what the DLC is about, so let's get going. Now, yeah, I'm gonna start a new game. I'm gonna be a bit tutorial here in the beginning, like explaining how this game goes, because I had a discussion with a friend of mine who was like, some time ago, was like, yeah, I tried to watch one of your Book of Hours videos and I had absolutely no idea what was going on, so I couldn't really watch it. So yeah, I'm gonna be explaining how this game works here in the beginning. Also, I am recovering from pneumonia, so I might have occasional coughing fits, so if there's like a jarring cut, like a jarring edit somewhere, that's probably because I edited out my coughing. So let's see. So here we start. Brankrock, March 7th, 1936. There's been no librarian at Hush House since the fire, 7 years now. Suitable candidates are very difficult to find, but perhaps we have found one in you. Take care on your journey. The seas around Brankrock are treacherous. So this is, as you can see, we have this thing here that's going with time. Actually, let's see what it says here. Thunder growling, waves pounding. So once this ends, we get cards here. And finally me, sprawled on the sun and sand on the beach. There's something in my hand. So we have here our health drowned. Shivers rack my soaked body. Your health is failing. Find somewhere to warm up. We have memory of a storm. There's storms great enough to shake the moon from the sky and one's thoughts from one's skull. We have a drowned book. The one possession I kept from the shipwreck. It must be important to me. The access pillow tell you more about how and where you can use the item. Mouse over them to learn more. So yeah, this game is based on, well, us having like these cards and these items. And then we have these things where we can use them. So we have our remember here. A very easy way to see where things go is if you just like, okay, not hover over. Well, if I hover over these... Oh, well, if I grab one of these, it will light up where it can go. Like, if I grab the Memory of Storm here, it lights up here, because it can go into this slot. Also, if I click on this slot here, it will highlight things that can go into this slot. So all of these things can go into the slot here. Also, this tells us what can go into this slot here. So something soaked, something that's memory, or something that's an element of a soul can go here in this salvage slot here. If we look at these things here, they all have aspects. So this is soaked, this is has a melody, this is an element of the soul, its aspects are winter and heart. The memory of the storm here is a memory. It has aspects of sky and heart at level 2. This here is a drowned book. It is soaked. It is a journal. It is readable, and it is a thing. Now, if we start putting these things in here, put our health here. That's half drowned. I'm soaked. I'm freezing, but as far as I can tell, I'm still alive. So, but we can stop this, so we can't do anything with this right here, right now. With the memory of the storm here, same thing. We can't start anything with here. I can't get my thoughts straight, but there's something in my hand. Yep, so if we take this here and put it here, perhaps this book can help me, but put the pieces together. And there's another slot now appeared, and we can put something else in there. What's left? The storm didn't take everything, so we put a memory or an element of the soul. Well, if we put our health here, once again, we can't start. The book's in bad shape, and I'm not much better. We're both in need of warm, dry, safe place and soup. So we can put the memory there, and then we can start this, so something is happening. There was a storm. It smashed the ship like an egg, but I seized this book as the sea seized me. But then the sea brought me here to Brandcrug. So let's start that, and of course we can make time go faster here. I remember, there was a storm. It smashed the ship like an egg, but I seized this book as the sea seized me. And Brandcrug is where I want it to be, but it's hard to remember why. What else did I lose in the storm? So we get 3 other cards here. We get the memory core, we get the memory fet, and we get the memory of shaft. So these are like our starting stats. What we're doing here is we're choosing our starting stats. And choosing our starting stats also kind of chooses what is our starting character, what is our ultimate goal, and what are the starting skills we're going to be having. What we're going to be starting, so once again, if we click here, we can see, hey, all of these things go here. And try to put these here, we can start, so there's nothing happening here with this. What we actually need to do is we need to put our book here, and then we can put one of these here. Now, if we put one of these here, these other 2 will go away, because, you know, using our starting sets. We're going to be getting these as the game progresses. We're going to be finding more of these parts of the soul, but we're just choosing the starting thing. So let's choose Shaft here. The human soul has 9 parts. Eloquence and understanding rise from the part of the soul we call Shaft. Is my Shaft strong? We covered this. The other 2 possibilities will be lost to the sea for now. Yeah. We'll start with Shaft. Sure. And then after that's happened, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more cards. And, well, actually, one of them was the Shaft that just turned. So we choose what is our secondary starting skill. We're not going to pick metal or fast, because those are the things I picked earlier in my earlier runs, because, you know, I have other runs of this game on the channel, so if you want to go check them out, go check them out. So we can choose between Whist and Red. So let's see. Red is pride, compassion, hatred, and fear. Okay, do those passions burn in me? Whist is the name, the memory, the part which remains. Is it important to me that things endure? Okay, so what was Shaft? Eloquence and understanding. The door opens both ways. That's knock 2 and 1 forge. Which we're gonna pick? Which are we gonna pick? Let's pick Whist. Gathered memories. I can get my thoughts straight, but there's something in my hand. Alright, I gotta put the book in here first. Right. Okay, there it goes. Whist is the soul's memory, the true name scratched on its cornerstone. What remains after the rest has passed? Okay, let's start with that. And that's gone. What remains of me? Knowledge! There are still things I don't remember, but I do remember there's someone in the village who will give me sanctuary if I can get there. Mysteries have been added to your journal. You can begin to investigate them and when you and your journal are both arrived. We got an old friend's address here. Mr. Killy is the coffin maker of Brandcrug village. I once wrote kindly of his poetry. His home is always open to me, though he's asked me never to mention poetry in front of Mrs. Killy. I can find shelter for tonight under their roof once I've reached Brandcrug village. So if we look around here a little bit, we can see that there is a lock over here to the tidal flats, and there is a lock over here to Brandcrug village. And as you can see, another... well, I think these are called verbs still in this game. They were called verbs in Cultist Simulator, which is I don't know, a spiritual sequel. It's not actually a sequel, it's just a game in the same universe. Or the same setting, let's call it. It's probably not, it might not be the same universe, because there's like this game has like the thing about like multiverses, so maybe not the same universe actually. Brandcrug village must be nearby, but it's hard going, dragging my soaked body across the soaked sand in the teeth of this. Which way? Let's put to 6 times speed, and we get a memory of fear. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of unknown. Lovecraft. So, what can we put in our consider here? Well, just a book, and we've done the things with the book, so there's no point in putting anything here anymore. So, what is we have here? Well, we have help, question mark. Above me, atop the cliff, lies Brancrack village. I'll never reach it on this storm, but if I can only muster my remaining strength to find help. Clicking a slot will highlight caution objects which can go there. Okay, so the game actually tells us this then. Also, this shows us. So this shows us what is essential. It has to have this aspect. So what goes in here, it has to have element of the soul. It requires it to have rose or knock or heart, one of these three aspects. And then it cannot have winter. So that's how you read like this thing here. So let's see, we can put our shaft there. Okay, let's put our shaft there. A cry for help. Perhaps there's someone out there even in this weather. I can fill my lungs and bellow for help. It will also mean I don't need to crawl any further. So let's bellow for help. At last, I see the light of a hurricane lamp bobbing in the dark. As it approaches, a face glimmers above the lamp. So we found some fisherman's assistant. A fisherman from Brancrack village. He can guide me up the cliff path if he trusts me. Assets below tell you more about how and where you can use this spot. Mouse over them to learn more or see what other things also have these aspects. So he's reluctant, he has assistance, he's skeptical, he's got sky and moon. Now the reason why the sky and moon here are important, because if we look at here what is required to open this, assistance and sky are essential. So he's got sky, so he can help us open this, but if we try to put him here, he won't go there because he's skeptical, so he can't be skeptical, put him here. So what we're going to have to do here is we're just going to go to our talk verb. It's talk now. If we look at our talk verb, it can have someone who's a visitor, someone who's a beast, someone who's employable, or someone who has assistance. So the fisherman's assistance had assistance. So we put him here. Allaying suspicion. Come no closer. What's thy business? And then what can we put here? Oh, well, we can put an old friend's address here. So let's put that there. Allaying suspicion. Be someone that'll speak free. Of course, in the 1930s and the Restoration, the locals have grown even more suspicion of foreigners. But there is someone in Brancrack you know. Let's get that going. I'll take you by the cliffs then. This gentleman is no longer skeptical. Use him to unlock Brancrack village. So yeah, now we can put him here in this thing. Unlock that. And then we have unlocked the Brancrack village. And if we now take our old friend's address and just hover it over here, you can see that this place here lights up. That's where this can go. If we take our Vist and our health that are health ground, we can see that we can put these in any of the houses. All of these houses are these kind of things, like they have a slot here for us to put something in it. So yeah, let's go to the place that we can go to. Mr. Killy struggles with the door. The wind almost snatches from his hand, and we gotta put our half-drowned health here so we can actually remove the half-drowned aspect. Yeah, his eyes widen as he sees me. Start this. Mr. Killy constructed the bed himself. I rather fear with the same tools he uses to shape coffins. It's not a comfortable bed, but it's dry, clean, and warm. Okay, so that's gonna take 30 seconds, and now the game kind of like, this is the point where the game like actually begins. That was the tutorial, which I sit up talking with Mr. and Mrs. K as the wind rattles the shutters and the fire shrugs its way emberward. I'm very hungry, and Mrs. K's galettes are impossibly good. Mr. K pretends to grumble about foreign cooking. No one is convinced. So we got a memory of satisfaction here, which is a memory that has aspects of heart and grail too. Now, what the aspects do will come, you know, clear later on. Now, of course, what we were here to do, well, we're here to be a librarian of the hash house. The hash house is here. It's a really big house here. Hash house, right here. We gotta get over the Curbed Bridge. So if we look at, well, here's a lock. Let's see, what do we need for this lock? Every so often, someone builds a bridge to the Isle. Each bridge lasts 100 years, or 200. Then the sea disposes of it. This was built in the 1890s, and that makes it the newest bridge, but that doesn't mean it's new. So, it shows these same things over here for these rooms that we need to open, as it does if we just click here. So we need someone who has assistance, someone who has sky, someone who has lantern, and someone or sky, lantern, or forge. Our own Whist has a lantern, but we cannot put it there. And at this point, I'm like, wait, where are my notes? I have a lot of notes about this game, and I did not take them out before I started this recording. Well, I'll survive without them for this recording. We'll get back to it later on. Okay, so The only place we can do anything with right now is, well, the House of the Achilles here. Or can we do something at Sweet Bones? No, because our shaft is locked, so we can't do anything over there right now. We can't do anything over there. Okay, so let's go to the House of the Achilles. And to do anything here, we're going to have to use our Whist. Speak with Mr. Killy. Mr. Killy always ensures a chance to catch up with me. If you don't choose a topic, Mr. Killy will offer help as a friend. Well, that's not what we're going to be doing first of all. First of all, we're going to put here in the topic, we're going to put our soaked book. Mrs. Killy, gloomy as always, kind as ever, lights the kitchen fire and helps me dry the book, while Mr. Killy saws away in the next room. Earth always leaves marks, she opines as she carefully tucks fragments of muslin between the damp pages. So yeah, we'll get that going. And once that is done, oh, there's also a very nice button here, go to next completed. Dry the book. Yeah, this is the same text. So we got ourselves the scarred book. Goat skin, antelope, some scarred leather that catches my memory. I should know. The journal, it's readable, it's uncatalogued, it is a thing, it has the mystery of winter, and it has the principle of knock. Now, what we're going to be needing to do with this book is we're going to need to have to consider it with something that has a winter aspect. So our Whist here has winter aspect, but our Whist here is now fatigued. We can't use it today. We're going to have to wait until tomorrow. A day lasts 6 minutes in this game, and there are 6 days to a season. So spring lasts for 6 days, so a total of 36 minutes. Then it will get, what comes after spring? Summer! Yeah, summer, and then autumn, and then winter, and you know. Goes like that. There's also a 5th season that comes occasionally. It's called Numa. It is like a mysterious season. It only lasts for 1 day. So, the thing we can do here now, because it seems like, oh, well, there's nothing we can do except wait for, you know, the next day. But no, we got other things we can do, because we can go to the post office here. The post mistress may have something for me once I know what to ask. Well, we can put our book here. God book. Postmistress regards me with the chilly gaze of a goddess image in an ancient hill shrine. The librarian, says she. Yes, I have something for you. Wait here, please. And then we wait there for 10 seconds, and we get something. The postmistress returns with an envelope addressed to the librarian, Hush House, Brancrock Isle, postmarked in Wales a week ago. So we get a letter from St. Rowan's Trust. The Trust's connection with Hush House is probably benevolent, persistently obscure. And we get a 10-shilling note, half a pound, but not half a note, a recent innovation. So this is, like, the money system here. This is 120 pence, the eccentric currency of a fallen empire. 1 penny is 4 farthings, 12 pence are 1 shilling, and so on. So the English money system that they used, I'm not sure if they're still using or if it's something that, like, they used before, at least. But, I mean, this is, like, super weird. It's super weird. But anyway, with that money, well, first of all, let's read this letter. We can read it now. A message for me. Read the letter. To reply instead, add ink at a desk. So, yeah. And what we can also do is we can go to the Sweet Bones here, the bar. Because we looked at this earlier, and one of these things here is money. So we just go here and put money in here. In the time of the Heptarchy, a ring giver was accounted generous. In this bright and civilized century, a beer buyer enjoys the same regard. So we're going to use some money. We're going to buy a round of beers for everyone here in the bar, and they're going to be a lot more welcoming after that. So let's start that. Okay, we read the letter first, so this is one of those things that's kind of hard in this game. Like, if you don't realize that this is where the text is, and then the text actually just comes up here, you might be missing some things. So yeah, this is kind of where the important text is always. Like, you just hover over here, and the important text comes up here. So, St. Ronwen's Trust wishes to congratulate me on my appointment as librarian of Hush House. The Trust assures me that it will provide the promised stipend each spring, but it reminds me that its resources are limited and suggests I seek local assistance in restoring the premises. Let us know when you're all set up and ready to receive visitors, the letter concludes. It's signed simply the Trustees. So now we got that letter there, and we need to respond to it at some point. And here we got a very welcome. I bought a round for everyone, and another, and one more for luck, and thus I was accounted not so bad for a foreigner. I'll find a warmer welcome here next time. So we got back a total of 108 pence. So that's 1 sixpence, 1 shilling, 1 half crown, and 1 full crown. This is so weird. And we get the Memory of Solace here as well. Now, the thing about these memories here is they will go away once the day changes, but we're not really needing any right now. Now, why I opened up this place here is because we can hire people from here. First of all, like, we can put our own things here. Put here and do some manual labor. We can get 6 pence for that. We can put any of our fatigue things here. And if we put a little bit of money here, we can get this refreshed. But if we put just money in here, and we can, for 1 shilling, we can hire a casual laborer's services. So the real question here is, what did we need to get this open? We need forge or lantern or sky. Now, I'm pretty sure that the Killies, we can only get Mr. Killy out, I believe, at this point. I believe they don't have those aspects. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what my memory is telling me. What we want to do is we want to put a shilling over here, and we get assistance from a miner. In spring, the local miners often travel to the Feast of Lights below. If one breaks his journey at the Sweet Bones, a shilling will buy his labor for a day. Miners offer Gale, Forge, and a little bit of Moon. Alternatively, add a soul card to find any rarer guests who might be seeking employment. Alright, yeah, that's a thing we can do. Just, if we put just a soul card, yeah, if we put a soul card and money here, we can find some unusual help. We don't want that right now. The miner will be just good for us, so yeah, we'll just get the miner. Yeah, he's got, 1 forge, 1 moon, 2 scale, his assistance, and he can do an introduction. So if we wanted to, we could open up any of these other 3 houses here with his help. Well, actually, only this house, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to use him to open up this doorway here. First of all, let's read what he says. Thus they more or less rule themselves, with the help of their wild Celtic temperament, made wilder by the hardness of their lives and the ghastly conditions under which they worked. With all this, it is not to be wondered that the Tinners acquired a reputation of being scarcely human. It must be remembered that among them at all times were those whose characters would stand comparison with the best of men. L. Russell Muirhead. Right, so we put the person over here. Start those repairs. It's gonna take apparently only 5 seconds. And then the bridge is opened. So, and then we got another one here. A lodge at the cave. A cottage where Hushhouse's groundkeeper lived until the fire. If I can get in the place and make it habitable, I can use it as a base for reclaiming more of the house. Now, it requires 2 forge. We just saw that it only gave us 1 forge if we got that person. So do we have forge in any of our memories? No. Okay, what were the other things? Heart. Okay, we got some heart here in the memory of satisfaction. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hire that person again. Or I don't know, maybe it's a not different person. So we're gonna get some more assistance from a miner. Okay, here he is again. And then we're gonna talk to him about the memory of satisfaction. So this will actually add these aspects to the miner here. If we look at just this collaborate here, we can add things that are either sustenance or a beverage or a tool or a memory or a element of soul. Like we could put our health here as well, and this would give him these aspects. So, but you know, we don't want it. That would make it fatigued. So we don't want him to fatigue. So we'll just use the memory of satisfaction. We'll like talk to him about this good meal we had this morning, yesterday evening, something. And yeah, he's gonna be, I don't know, inspired by the fact that we had a good meal. So yeah, so now, as you can see, he has these aspects here. Now, we'll open up the lodge at the gate here, and we'll put him here, and he will unlock this bus, which is very, very nice. Okay, and that opened up the lodge here, and as you can see, there are quite a lot of rooms here in the Hush House. Also, there's the lighthouse here, which is the House of Light expansion. We're gonna look at it. You know what? Let's look at it right now. So, here is the lighthouse. Nice looking lighthouse. If we click on it, this here, behind the seas. The curia of the isle is long gone. Once it helped preserve a little knowledge and a kind of safety here in Brandcrook, and established the position of librarian. Rowena, secretary persistent of the curia, a complex entity who has long protected Hush House, both exhausted and compromised, and so it's time for the librarian to return the favor and establish a successor to the curia. Help visitors to pursue their goals and develop their agendas. When you've found 6 suitable candidates inspired by agendas, you can suggest they found an organization that's a worthy successor to the Curia of the Isle. If you cannot find a suitable secretary persistent, Rowena will continue to serve in that role even as she continues. Wait. Oh, let's have a look at these things. So, treasurer, it needs to be so. What is required is that these people are inspired. And yeah, it seems like we can put our book here. I wonder if this is like another win condition game. Probably is. But yeah, so yeah, the person needs to be inspired, and it needs to be someone of these persons that are listed here. Probably these are the. If we start looking at these people, it's someone in more than one spot. Huh? Can't. Interesting that Connie is here twice. Wonder if we can like do something with her to like make her not be a police officer anymore, because MCO, yeah, constable occult minor, and this one for a police officer here. Okay, it doesn't look like they're shared with anyone, so it's probably kind of smart if you get one of these people inspired to not get the other people inspired anymore. Like, don't use your resources for that, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, let's get back to our thing here. So this is now our our base of operations at this. Here, this is the Keeper's Lodge. 500 years in the times we call baronial, curia, nocturnal, there was always a keeper to watch the ways, weed the gardens, mend the roof when the sun was shining. There's no keeper now, but the lodge's roof still weathers the storms of Brancrock Bay. And if we look around here, we got a lot of things in here. Was there a button to make everything that is interactable light up? I'll quickly check the settings. No, there doesn't seem to be a button to light up all that is actable. Well, let's just go through here everything that is interactable here. So we got a candle here. I'm not gonna go through all like the aspects they have or read what they actually say here in this book. We got a candle. We got a shadowless silk, a plant here. We got some coffee. We got some tea. We got some bread. We got a mirror here. Here we can serve. So like we have like for instance wine here. If we use it here on serve, it'll create us a glass of wine, so we don't have to drink the whole bottle once. We got a chair here. We got another plant. We got a key to the hush house, which we can open up the great gate of the house. The walls of the house tower above me. I had been told that it was abandoned after a fire, but there's no sign of any such thing. The building will no doubt need restoration, but it's in better shape than I feared. Books are the memory that does not die, reads the inscription above the gate. Let's unlock that. We also have a fireplace here, where we can burn things if we want to, like we can burn the letter. Let's not burn the letter, we need the letter. Suddenly I'm thinking, what would happen if I were to burn this? Well, that's a challenge, Ronani. Okay, there's another mirror here. We got a basket of clean linen. We got some dandelion wine here, which I already talked about a little bit. We got a bed here for guest bed lodge that has the aspects of heart and knock and forge and scale. We got some books here. We got Traveling at Night, Volume 1, the Annotated Dream Journals of Christopher Illopoli, sometimes called the only readable occultist, illiterate, entertaining, bewildering. And the same thing about Volume 2. I believe this particular sentence is the sentence I've said most in my life. Like, honestly, really. Like, I've done so many runs of subject sentences. Oh, right, they tell us what subject, what is the skill we're getting from those books nowadays. Yeah, but this particular sentence, like, seriously, I've done so many runs of Cultist Simulator. It has the same books, some of the same books in that game as this one has. So, yeah, I've read this particular sentence so many times. So, what do we want to do here? Well, we could, we have these uncatalogued books, so we could catalog them. The way to catalog books is to put them over here and drop one of your soul parts. Oh, we can't use health to do that, right. Well, then we can't really do that. I was thinking that we might maybe be able to read a book today, but that doesn't a thing we can do. Well, what we're going to do then is we're going to put our health here, and we're going to camp in this place for now. I'll make this my lodgings for the time being. Yeah, we'll do that. That's gonna take a minute and a half, so this place is gonna first. Okay, so this is open. This is the Watchman's Tower Gatehouse. Back in the 11th century, Brian of Brittany built a tower and its gate to protect St. Brendan's Abbey, as Hush House was then unknown. Later, the Barons de Wolf strengthened the gate against their many enemies. But it's a long time now since Hush House was any kind of fortress. By the time the scholars of the Curia took possession, this place had long been a comfortable waiting room for visitors to house too minor to merit immediate attention. So what we got here is we got some paintings, a couple of paintings. We got some deer antlers, some Hound horns. We got some chairs and a sofa. We got some plants. We got the bust of Serena Blackwood, which is carved from alabaster. We got a treasury of shelters here, and as you can see, all of these things have like some aspects. There are ways to kind of make use of these, but it's not really that useful. But hey, I think that this might be a good point, like since we opened up the house, we've done all the basic stuff in the beginning. Let's put our money back in like proper order. And so yeah, this is probably a good spot to stop. We'll probably start from the, you know what, let's get this bed thing done first, and then we're gonna stop here. Okay. It's a safe place for me now, to the extent that dreams are safe. So now it is a place where we can do things. So if we put our soul part here, we could restore one of our fatigued soul parts here by drinking something, I believe. Something that's restorative. Ooh. We could use the bath of clean linen. A quick nap in warm bed with something comforting to drink. Yeah, we're gonna drink the basket of clean linen. Or we could do things here. One of the things we can do here, for instance, is if it's nighttime, we can put a memory here in the memory slot, and we can sleep on it, and we'll save that memory for the next day. But yeah, I think we're gonna put a cut in here, and we're gonna continue this in the next episode. Yeah, I'm Carp. This has been Book of Hours with the House of Light DLC. Bye, bro. Thanks for watching. See you next time.